Good evening, wonderful audience. I'm your host, Max Knipe, and welcome to the very first episode of our brand new series, Is Cereal a Soup? Today, we are going to tackle a very important topic, a veritable debate, the titular question of our series, Is cereal a soup? With me here, I have an esteemed panel of individuals and experts. But before we get to them, we want to hear what you think. So, we have our skilled cameramen out in the streets at this very moment who are getting the opinions of everyday individuals on whether or not they think cereal can be defined as a soup and why. See you soon. Welcome back to the studio. Allow me to introduce you to my panel of guests here today. My first guest is John. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me.
My second guest is Molly. Molly, welcome to Is Cereal a Soup?
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be a part of the discussion.
Thank you. Thank you. And our third guest, Dr. Abu, an actual doctor in cerealology, an expert that we have here today.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me today.
And thank you for being here with us. And finally, our biggest guest yet, quite possibly, Big Sam. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, it is an absolute pleasure to have you all here today. Well, as they say, no time like the present. Let's get into our question tonight. Is cereal a soup? John, we will start with you. What do you think?
No, I don't think cereal is soup. I think cereal and soup are in different categories. Soups are savory and cereals are sweet.
I can't really imagine much of a sweet soup, so that's actually a very good point. Molly, what do you think about this sort of debate topic?
I feel very strongly that cereal is not soup. I think that it's too different. There's difference in making it and time when it is consumed, and it's just, I can't see any correlation between the two at all.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Dr. Abu, you're an expert in this field. What do you think about this topic?
Is cereal soup? Okay. Well, I understand what Molly and John are saying as cereal being different. We can also say cereal is an iconic breakfast meal in itself, but I would strongly advise that it's a soup. That cereal is a soup. I've done my research. I've done my learnings in this, and I understand that it is a soup. It's a soup considering the fact that soup is also its own genus. Soup is also its own species, and cereal is within that. So that's how I consider cereal to be a soup.
Right, interesting. Could you elaborate? What makes it really like a part of the soup genus, as you so eloquently put it?
Soup is generally eaten during dinner time, during night time. But soup is also its own genus pool. It's its own genus pool, its own species, and cereal is within that. Cereal is within that. And cereal is just another evolution, another variant of a soup. It's just we happen to eat it during morning.
Finally, Big Sam, what do you have to say about this very pressing topic?
Well, what the so-called doctor was saying before, yeah, it was interesting, even if it was wrong. Cereal is not a soup, and I won't hear it any different. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, and anyone who thinks otherwise is an idiot.
These are very contentious claims, Big Sam. Do you care to wish to elaborate on why it isn't a soup?
Well, because for too long, the people who loved eating cereal in the mornings for breakfast when they wake up, you know, when you're a kid and you get out of bed and it's like, yes, I get to eat cereal now because it's the morning. It's not dinner time, so I don't have to eat soup yet. But now, kids wake up and they go straight for the soup.
No, listen. This is where I draw the line. That you're making a mistake within the question. The question is whether cereal is a soup. You're considering you're taking my words and manipulating it, saying it that I'm saying that you can eat soup in the morning. No, you can't. I agree with you in a part that cereal and breakfast have their own distinctive times. They have their own distinctive places. They are not the same when it comes to when you eat it, but what it is. What it is what cereal is. Cereal is a soup.
Okay. Are you suggesting You would eat soup for breakfast.
No, you don't eat soup for breakfast. You
I
don't
would.
eat.
I
You
don't
don't eat
think that
Campbell's
really-
soup for breakfast. You don't eat
Yes.
corn soup for
would.
breakfast. You eat cereal for breakfast. You eat Campbell's soup for dinner or lunch. You eat Kellogg's for breakfast.
I would
That's
eat that
that's
too.
what the argument is here
I'd
about
like to
today.
contest what you said earlier. Cereal isn't always heated up either.
Cereal, it can be heated up. It can be cold as
be,
well.
but it's
You
not.
can warm it up as well.
But soup is,
Look,
is
it's
like
fine.
hot. It's a warm liquid dish.
Hmm.
Cereal, for majority of the time, is not.
Soup is its own species. In its own genus, right? In the food groups, cereal is part of that. Including that, you can include guachapo,
Gazpacho.
gazpacho.
I can't believe what I'm
gazpacho in
hearing.
this as well.
I honestly can't believe what I'm
Gazpacho is
hearing.
also a soup as well. Look,
Like, do you think
The
noodles
passion itself
are a soup
makes me
as
think
well
that,
when you put water in them?
Cereal is soup now. I agree with you, sir. I side with you now.
Are you talking to him?
Yeah, I'm siding with you now, sir. Your passion alone.
Well, this
Makes me
man
think-
is a sheep, ladies and gentlemen. So if you
listen, you
if
can't,
you
you
think
can't argue upon his
if you
opinion.
if you side with this man,
Every
you are a
solid-
sheep.
Listen, that's his
That-
opinion.
that is-
If whether he
that's
wants to
liquid.
change, that's fine.
It's now soup.
Nah.
Cereal
So do you
is
think
soup.
2-minute noodles, once you put the water in, is soup?
It's soup.
It's not.
It's soup because it's savory. The taste, and you can make cereal savory. Add some.
Yeah.
No,
How
you
do
cannot.
you
You
consider-
cannot. You cannot. You will do no such thing. Not under my watch.
No, you can. You could.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Add some MSGs and stuff. It will be savory.
Well,
Well-
I think that we should lock people up who do that.
Very strong,
Trust me,
contentious
trust me.
points
So you're
Now-
from
now,
either
see,
way.
now you're going against free speech.
Camera.
It's free speech.
All right,
against free
unfortunately-
speech.
I will go.
against
I
soup.
would go against
It's
free
the
speech if it meant
rights
people
of
ate cereal in the
to be
morning.
within its own species of soup. That's what we're
Boys.
saying. This question in itself is
I
just
side
an
with you,
actually
sir.
matter
Your
presupposition
passion
is
of what we're
Guys.
trying to say. It's undeniable.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. This has been a very contentious topic, and I believe everyone has discussed their arguments and opinions. And we haven't really come to a proper conclusion. Some staunchly believe that cereal is not a soup, while many, in fact, 2 people on this panel, believe staunchly that it is.
It is. It is.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Please tune in for next week for another exciting and informative episode where we ask the question, how many holes does a straw have? I'd like to thank my illustrious guests for joining me today. John, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. It's soup.
Molly, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Abu, thank you for having such an informative view on this particular topic.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
And Big Sam, thank you for joining in.
Hashtag cereal is not a soup.
I'd also like to thank you, dear viewers, for watching Is Cereal a Soup? The show where we get pedantic about semantics. See you soon.